Well, it was an excellent conversation.
Are you talking about your relationship with Donald Trump?
This is my video update on this Saturday evening, November the 30th, coming to you from Athens, Greece. A lot of rain coming down in Athens at the moment. Let's talk about some news, and let's start things off with more protests in Georgia. The EU, the globalists and the kleptocrats in Brussels, they are not letting this go. They continue to fuel protests taking place in Tbilisi with the ultimate goal of regime changing the Georgia Dream government. Yesterday, I talked about how Georgia Dream put a halt to their accession into the European Union, and this has triggered more protests and very violent protests. The protests look a lot larger today than they were a day or two ago. It looks like we got more protesters in the streets in Tbilisi. I imagine, this would just be my guess, but I imagine that a lot of professional protesters are being flown in. That would be my guess, though I don't have any evidence or proof of that. But you are getting the standard issue protester flag kit, I guess you would say, which is you get a flag of your local country. So in this case, they're getting a Georgian flag, and then they're issued their European Union flag, and now they're also getting a Ukraine flag. So that's what you get when you protest now. When you try to get regime change on behalf of the globalists and the European Union and all these guys, you get issued your EU flag, and you also get issued now a Ukraine flag. Pretty soon they're going to start issuing an ISIS flag as well. I don't know. The way things are going, the insanity of the world right now is that they're going to give you an IS flag, they'll give you a Ukraine flag, and they'll give you an EU flag. I mean, this is the direction of things. Georgia Dream, they're saying that there's not going to be a Maidan in Georgia. This is what the Prime Minister's office said. There will be no Maidan in Georgia. And the Prime Minister's office, they also said that they will take diplomatic measures if the EU ambassador Pavel Herzinski does not stop interfering in the country's internal affairs and does not change his rhetoric. That is what the office of Prime Minister Irakli Kobakidze said. According to him, the ambassador has long been making statements in favor of the opposition and against the Georgian authorities, which constitutes a violation of the Vienna Convention. Guy Verhofstadt, who is an EU Parliament member, super pro-EU, pro-globalist, pro-Elensky, he posted, he was actually in Maidan in 2014. Go figure. This guy actually showed up in Maidan during that regime change and spoke to the audience along with insane McCain. He posted on X, resisting Moscow, Iran, North Korea, Kiev, Aleppo, Bucharest, Tbilisi, Brussels, Washington could do more. Right. As if Brussels and Washington have not done enough already. They can do more, according to Verhofstadt. I believe he was a Dutch politician as well, or something like that. But yeah, EU meddling in Georgia's internal affairs. What else is this? EU meddling in Georgia, trying to get a regime change. You have a parliament member openly calling for regime change, and he says that four countries, four cities, let's say four cities now, are resisting Moscow, Iran, and North Korea. Those four cities are Kiev, Aleppo, Bucharest, and Tbilisi. Aleppo, you're basically coming out in support of HTS, al-Nusra, al-Qaeda, ISIS terrorists, because that's what we're talking about when we're talking about the forces at work in trying to take over Aleppo. We're talking about internationally recognized terrorist organizations, and that is what Verhofstadt is supporting in this post. What is the world coming to, man? What is the world coming to? And then he says Bucharest. Bucharest is resisting what? What is it resisting, bro? Bucharest is resisting Iran, North Korea? Really? Damn, North Korea. North Korea is operating in Bucharest. Wow. Wow. Man, you guys in Romania, did you know that North Korea is operating in Bucharest? North Korea helped Georgescu take first place in the first round of the elections. They're freaking out. After the first round of elections, where Georgescu came in first place with 22 or 23% of the votes, and they're already freaking out, and they're already claiming that this is Russia, Iran, and North Korea, what, operating in Romania? They're going insane, man. They are, the globalist EU kleptocrats are going freaking insane. At least wait until the second round of the vote takes place before you freak out. I mean, my God, you still have a second round of elections. You actually have parliament elections taking place this weekend. And it looks like the pro-Romania, the Nationalist Party, it looks like they're going to do pretty well. At least that's what the polling suggests. The ARU, I believe Georgescu was affiliated, was part of the ARU, and he decided to run as president as an independent. But it looks like the party that he was affiliated with, or I guess is supporting him, I'm not quite sure what the relationship is at the moment. But according to polling data, they'll do pretty well. They won't get a majority, but they're positioned to do all right. This is freaking them out. It's freaking the globalists out. The fact that Romania is choosing parties and politicians who, oh my God, who want the best interests of Romania. Oh my God, how dare they? How dare they? How dare the citizens decide to choose parties that talk about putting Romania first? Man, that's twisted. That's twisted. Politico, they have an article with the title, Romanian court postpones decision on annulling election until Monday. A decision on whether there will need to be a new election, probably in December, looks set to come on Monday. Jeez, man. You now have the Romanian court thinking about annulling the elections? Because of what? Because of TikTok? Oh, boy. I think Ireland had, yesterday, they had elections as well, right? They had, I think, parliament elections that took place in Ireland. But I believe either today or tomorrow, it's going to take some time to get the results. But we'll find out exactly what's going on in Ireland. From what I understand, no party is going to come out with a clear majority, and coalitions are going to have to be formed. So we'll wait in the next day to see exactly what unfolded in Ireland. Exit poll: Ireland's top three parties in dead heat in election. Survey suggests Ireland will likely struggle to forge a new coalition government. Yeah, a lot of volatility and uncertainty in Europe, in the EU. The people are speaking up. They're getting tired of the direction of the European Union. This is causing a lot of panic with the Brussels elite and the Brussels kleptocrats. So that's what's going on in Ireland. German opposition to demand EU exit, according to media. In Germany, the Alternative for Germany party also reportedly wants to ditch the euro and return to trading with Russia. Yeah, there's a document coming out which I think is the AfD's policy document, though I'm not 100% sure of that. I think this document has kind of been leaked, but it shows that if this is a real document, if this is considered legit, it basically says that the AfD is going to, if they were to become the government, they're going to call for an exit out of the EU, for Germany to leave the EU, to ditch the euro currency, and to restart trade with Russia. Sounds like a good policy to me. I don't know. It sounds actually like a very solid plan from the AfD. If you want to figure out a way to save Germany, if Germany can be saved from its current direction into the abyss, this sounds like the plan to save what's ever left of a deindustrialized Germany. Yeah, ditch the EU, ditch the euro, and start trading with Russia. Not only with Russia, start trading with everybody, right? Don't limit yourself to LNG from the United States if the United States is going to give you the LNG. Anyway, that is the news out of Germany. And what else? Aleppo, huh? That's the big story. HTS, Al-Nusra, ISIS, jihadists. We're talking about mercenaries, from what I understand. Everything that I've seen, everything that I've read, we're talking about mercenaries who have no connection to Syria at all, who are backed by Turkey, by Israel, by the United States. And Turkey's denying that they're involved in any of this, but come on, man. Come on, all of the mercenaries, all of these fighters, all of the weapons, NATO weapons, they appear to be flooding from into Syria from Turkey. That's how it looks to me. I could be wrong about this, but that's how it looks. I don't think I'm wrong about this. But yeah, those are the countries that are supporting these jihadists. Turkey, Israel, the United States. And I just don't know what's going on in Aleppo. It's just hard to get an understanding as to what exactly is happening. A lot of fog of war. A lot of fog of war. But anyway, we're going to need to wait another day or two to see exactly what's going on. If Al-Nusra, HTS, Al-Qaeda is indeed operating in the city center of Aleppo, or if this is just fog of war propaganda. My sense still is that Russia, Iran, that they're going to get Syria, that they're going to get on top of this. At least, I don't know. That's my sense of things. But we'll see. We will see. They haven't slowed down it doesn't look like they've slowed down the advance yet of these jihadist forces, these mercenaries who are, I believe a lot of them are Uyghurs and just they come from all other places except Syria. They have no connection, from what I understand. They have no connection to Syria, which is what makes this so sinister. This entire operation. You're opening up a front against Syria, against Iran, and against Russia. That's basically what they're doing with this latest move. So in Ukraine, Elensky gave an interview to Sky News, and Elensky said that he's ready to end the conflict, to freeze the conflict if Ukraine gets NATO membership. Elensky suggests he's prepared to end Ukraine's war in return for NATO membership, even if Russia doesn't immediately return seized land. That is what he told Sky News. And in the interview, Elensky says that the land in Ukraine, the 1991 borders. I was going to say the pre-1991 borders, the post, the 1991 borders. They will be taken by Ukraine with a diplomatic effort. That's what he said. They'll use diplomacy to get back the four regions and Crimea. That is what Elensky told Sky News. But he's saying freeze if we get into NATO. That's his deal. Give us entry to NATO, and we'll agree to freeze the conflict. A lot of talk about freezing the conflict, huh? Ahead of the Trump presidency, a whole lot of talk about freezing the conflict. Keith Kellogg, Trump's envoy to Ukraine, soon to be envoy to Ukraine and Russia. He has the document talking about a freeze to the conflict. We had Boris Johnson talking about 100,000 peacekeepers. That's a large peacekeeping force, huh? 100,000 peacekeepers from the UK, from Romania, from Germany, from Poland, entering Ukraine in order to enforce the peace. Sounds like an invasion to me. Sounds like an army. Sounds like war. 100,000 troops. Doesn't sound like a peacekeeping force to me. But that's what they're going with. That's the plan, everybody. Here's how I see it. This is how I see it. Next week, I think next week there's a NATO meeting. And the goal, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I think Biden would have to be insane to go along with this, but Biden would have to be insane. Well, that's not too good. that's not good at all. But they want Biden to support Ukraine entering NATO. That's what I think they're going to go for next week. And you know, Biden might do it. The Biden White House might do it. Matt Gaetz posted on X, it would be a terrible idea to admit Ukraine to NATO. He was responding to a post from Eric Doherty, which says, breaking, Ukraine President Elensky says he may agree to a truce with Russia without taking any land back from Russia. The exchange would be NATO membership for Ukraine. Yeah, Gaetz is right. It would be a terrible idea. It would be insanity to admit Ukraine into NATO, but I can't be 100% sure that Biden's going to say no. He might actually say yes, the Biden White House. They might actually say yes. I'm telling you, they're taking a scorched earth policy. That's their policy in their last month and a half, is just burn everything freaking down, man. So they might say, yeah, we support Ukraine and NATO. And then it comes down to all the countries in NATO voting for Ukraine to enter. So you would have to get Turkey to go along. Turkey might, I don't know. Who knows? Erdogan, he always plays both sides. Right now he's aligned with Israel and the US to try and take down Assad. That's what Turkey's doing right now. I imagine in a week or two he'll be calling Putin and trying to be friends with Putin. This is the game that Erdogan always plays. But Turkey, they might say yes, especially if the US puts pressure on Erdogan. You have Hungary and Slovakia, right? Hungary and Slovakia may put a stop to this insanity. But that's the goal. They want to, next week, this is their last attempt with the Biden White House to get Ukraine into NATO, right? In the next, I think the meeting's in a week or a week and a half. So that's what they're going to try to do. And then if they accomplish that goal, the next goal is, the next escalation is the peacekeepers in Ukraine. And they're going to put pressure on Trump, because I don't think they have enough time with the Biden administration to pull that off. But basically what they've done is that Boris Johnson, when he was talking about the peacekeepers, he's aligned the European Union, the European globalists. They've aligned the peacekeeper, this new peacekeeper idea, with the document, the policy plan of Fred Fleitz and Keith Kellogg, Trump's Ukraine-Russia envoy. They've aligned this peacekeeper plan with that plan. And this is going to be Trump's guy. And his plan is for a demilitarized zone about 800 kilometers with European soldiers. Not with US soldiers, with European soldiers enforcing that DMZ. And so what did the Europeans do? They said, okay, if that's the policy, that's the plan that we believe Trump is going to go with as he becomes president, well then, let's push a peacekeeper idea, which is very much aligned with this policy. And all of this is being done, in my opinion, this is all being done to try and get Trump on their side, to try and get Trump to commit to peacekeepers in Ukraine, to freezing the conflict, and to getting European peacekeepers in Ukraine. And of course, once those European peacekeepers go to Ukraine and they get annihilated by the Russian military, which is what's going to happen because Russia's going to see them as a party to the conflict, and they are going to absolutely annihilate these European forces, then they're going to run to Trump and they're going to say, President Trump, our soldiers have been attacked, our peacekeeping soldiers have been attacked in Ukraine, and you cannot look weak. You can't look weak in front of Putin, right? You can't look weak in front of Putin, so you need to commit to Project Ukraine now. That's, you guys know what I mean? I'm just thinking about this right now. I think that's their plan. I think that's what they're going to go with. That's what they're trying to do. So Trump has to avoid this. Don't walk into this trap. Don't walk into this trap and don't pitch Kellogg's freeze plan to Putin. Don't pitch this plan to Russia. They're not going to go for it. So anyway, that's Elensky reading his script, talking about freezing the conflict, ending the conflict for NATO membership. This is all being scripted out. Don't ever doubt that. This is all being scripted out. But you know, Elensky, he's very unpopular all over the world. And I don't think European citizens, I definitely know that UK citizens, Romanian citizens, nope, they're not going to go for it. German citizens, I would like to say no. And Polish citizens, I think the Polish citizens will be against this as well. I think they're against supporting Ukraine with their soldiers on the ground in Ukraine. I don't think they're going to go for this, even if you call this a peacekeeping force, which is nonsense. I think people are not going to go for this. Elensky's unpopular. Project Ukraine is unpopular. Even in Ukraine, Elensky's unpopular. The Times, they have an article with the title, How Elensky's Popularity Has Sunk After Nearly 3 Years of War. Elensky's support in Ukraine for him to run as president again is at, I want to say 16%. 16% of Ukrainians want Elensky to run again for president. Not that he's president now, according to Russia, Elensky's not even the legit president. But 16% of Ukrainians want to see Elensky stick around. He's unpopular everywhere. He's the most unpopular person, probably next to Biden. He's probably the second most unpopular person in the world, on the planet. That's what I would say right now at this moment. Anyway, the UK continues to escalate with Russia. I was talking about the peacekeeper idea. Boris Johnson speaking to the Telegraph during that podcast, outlining the peacekeeper idea, admitting that the UK is in a proxy war. Boris has been approved to say this. I think this is planned. I think this is all being scripted out. And Boris's job was to go onto the Telegraph, to give this podcast interview in order to prepare the British people for what they want to see coming. This is what they want to happen. Once again, I think the citizens of the UK, they're going to put a stop to this. That's my own sense of things. They're going to tell Boris and they're going to tell Starmer and the UK elite, no. That's what I think they're going to say. But we'll see. But, you know, Boris, he went on to the Telegraph in order to pretty much explain what the script is, what the plan is. So he talked about peacekeepers, and he also talked about the fact that, well, he revealed the fact that the UK is in a proxy war with Russia. He was told to say that. He was told to admit this because you want to get people to finally understand what's coming, right? You got to tell the people of the UK that, look, this is a proxy war. So we may need to send peacekeepers. We may need to fight Russia, right? We can't abandon Ukraine in this proxy war. As the UK, we can't abandon Ukraine for as long as it takes. And now we have the MI6 chief coming out and admitting, once again on the Telegraph, British spies taking covert action to defeat Putin, says MI6 chief. Quote, we cherish our heritage of covert action, which we keep alive today in helping Ukraine resist the Russian invasion. The MI6 chief Moore said at one point during this interview. What kind of covert action are we talking about, Mr. Moore? I believe his name Roger Moore? Do I have that correct? Is the MI6 chief's name Roger Moore? No, it can't be Roger Moore, not James Bond. Richard Moore. Richard Moore. I was thinking Roger, no way is it Roger Moore. Richard Moore. Sir Richard Moore, excuse me. Sir Richard Moore. Yeah, the MI6 has been taking covert actions against Russia. What are we talking about here, man? Why are you admitting this? Why are you admitting this now? And what are we talking about? What kind of covert actions? That sounds freaking evil, man. Sinister. Illegal. The UK is trying their absolute best to provoke Russia. I mean, there are, the UK elite, they want to fight with Russia, man. In the belief that the US is going to be backing them, because if it was just the UK against Russia, well, we know what would happen. But they're itching for a freaking war, man. I mean, they are itching for a war. All right, the rain has stopped. Oh boy, what is the world coming to? Well, at least we still have art. We still have the beauty of art, at least. So yeah, that's the latest revelation from the UK government, the UK intel agencies, and the Telegraph. The Telegraph. What is up with the Telegraph, man? All right, some more news, and we'll get to a clown world. France, man, France is being pushed out of Africa. Chad, they told France that they want France out. They don't want any type of military cooperation or anything with France anymore. So they want France gone. And Senegal also wants France gone. President Faye says France should close army bases. Chad breaks off military pact with France. Senegal wants French troops out. Man, Macron is being pushed out of Africa. Get out of Africa, Macron. We don't want you here anymore. And you know who Macron's going to blame this all on, right? Putin. He's going to blame this on Putin. It's the Putin's fault. That's what Macron is going to say. And so, flip-flopper Macron, any day now, he's going to come out with some more statements about how French troops are going to go to Odessa, or scout missiles are going to hit Kursk or something like that, because Macron is going to get very emotional about this, because the countries in Africa are absolutely kicking him out, and they're making him look weak and stupid. And Macron's going to take this out on, he's going to try to take this out on Russia, and he's going to take it out on the French people. Whenever Macron gets embarrassed or is humiliated, he takes it out on the French people. Always. Because that's just Macron's style. Anyway, that is the latest news there. And from Macron, we can now go to our clown world. Yeah, let's go to our clown world. And we go to Mar-a-Lago. From Macron to Trudeau. Trudeau is in Mar-a-Lago. We have photos of Trudeau having dinner with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. I think that 25% trade tariff freaked out Big Balls Trudeau. So Trudeau got on a plane and he flew to Florida, to Mar-a-Lago. So Trudeau can tell Trump, Big Balls Trudeau is going to tell Trump, Mr. President Trump, you're messing with the wrong the wrong ski instructor slash part-time drama teacher. You want to place tariffs on me? This is what he's going to tell Trump. You want to place tariffs on me? No one places tariffs on Big Balls Trudeau. No one. That's not what he's going to say. That's not what he's going to do. He flew to Mar-a-Lago because he's gonna try to figure out a way to work things out with Trump. Tariffs would not be good for Canada. Not good at all. I don't think so. I think this is going to really hurt Canadian business in a big way if the Trump White House actually goes ahead with these tariffs. So Trudeau, he got on a plane, freaked out about what could be coming, and he's always concerned about his position as prime minister because he looks like he may be on the way out, and a trade war with the United States would definitely seal the deal for Trudeau's exit. And he decided to beg Trump. I guess he's going to beg Trump not to go ahead with this. So we got the photos of Trudeau eating dinner with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Keep in mind that Trudeau, he also bet big time on Harris. He bet big on Harris winning the elections. So he kind of looks like a fool as he goes to Mar-a-Lago. You see? You're the president, you're the prime minister of another country, whatever country, whether it's Canada, whether it's France, whatever. And the United States is having an election. Just stay out of it, man. Just stay out of it, right? Who do you support? Prime Minister Trudeau in the US election? Harris or Trump? Look, I worked well with the Biden White House. The Biden White House is predictable. I understand them. But this is a matter for the people of the United States to decide. Is it that hard? Is this script that hard, man? I just made that up right now. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. So whoever wins, you're in an okay position, man. Anyway, that's the video, everybody. TheDuran.locals.com. We are on Rumble, ODYSEE, BitChute, Telegram, Rockfin, and X. We got a special super duper discount on the reverse gear shop. I believe 20% off or 25% off throughout the Thanksgiving holidays to Black Friday shopping holidays. So check that out. I'll put a link to the Duran shop down below. And go to the reverse gear shop and go to the Duran shop and maybe pick up a bomber jacket like what I am wearing today in this video. Take care.